Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome to my first 2013 card. I used Stampin' Up markers directly onto a stamp for this card. So I started with this stamp, which is a silhouette stamp by Impression Obsession, and I'm taking my So Saffron marker and I'm coloring in right around the insides of those. There's a hole on each flower, and so I'm just coloring right around that hole in So Saffron. And then I'm going in with some Baja Breeze, which is a blue, and I'm randomly selecting some flowers and I'm coloring right around the So Saffron. So right up against it, maybe a little bit into it, but not too much into it, and then all the way out to the edge of the flower. And I'm taking my time with this because I'm going to spritz it with water. And because that water is going to reactivate the ink, it's okay if it dries on the stamp. So I'm just going to take my time doing this. My second color is Perfect Plum, and I'm doing the same thing I did with the blue, just randomly selecting the flowers that are left and just going around that So Saffron color. And the markers come with two tips. One's a brush tip and one is a fine sort of journaling marker tip. And I'm using the brush tip to do this coloring. Now for the stems, I'm going in with some Wild Wasabi and I'm coloring the whole stem. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to take some chocolate chip and I'm going to, again using the brush tip, just kind of dot it here and there so it gets kind of a little bit of a darker tint to it. Now here I go with the water, and I'm going to slow it down here so you can see exactly how wet I got it. So not totally saturated, but enough to where you can see the water pretty much on every flower. And I'm going to stamp that down. And it blends all the colors together really nicely. So I trim that down a little bit. I'm going to take my corner chomper and I'm just going to chomp off two sides. And I'm going to take my marker, my Stampin' Up marker, and I'm just going to go around the edge freehand. The curves were kind of hard to do, so they didn't come out perfect, but I guess it's just the way it goes. Alright, now I'm going to start my background. I have two pieces of paper. Basically it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch, and I just sliced it in half. And I'm going to do one half with the Baja Breeze. I'm using the ink pad, which is the same color as the marker I used, and an ink foam applicator. I'm just going to apply the ink all over this one sheet. And then I'm going to take a penny black letter background and I'm going to ink it up with that same Baja Breeze. And I was going to stamp it on the paper, but then I decided to lay the paper on the stamp instead because I couldn't really see what I was doing. So I'm just going to flip that over, and there you have a tone on tone. I'm going to do the same thing with the Perfect Plum on that other piece that I have. So I'm just going to skip that because it's the same thing. I'm going to do a little bit more outlining on my card. This is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch folded card base that I'm going to be adhering my pieces to. So they're going to overlap in the middle, and I'm going to use my ATG gun, which is just my tape runner here. This stamp set is called Petite Pears, and it's really cool because it has a sentiment for the outside and a sentiment for the inside. So I'm going to stamp this in Memento ink, and I'm going to use this tag punch. And the tag punch is a little bit wider than I wanted, so I'm going to get my ruler. I'm going to measure 1/8 of an inch in from each side. And then to make sure that it's all even and easy, instead of putting it through my paper trimmer, I just used my square punch. And then my scissors just to get a little excess that I missed. I've got some linen thread, Stampin' Up linen thread, and I'm going to kind of cheat this. I'm just going to put one piece all the way around. Well, not all the way around, but just to kind of stick around the edges. And then I'm going to make a bow with another piece of linen thread. take a, oh, wait, not yet. First I'm going to adhere my panel with some foam adhesive, Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. Put that right in the middle there. And then I'm going to take my bow and a glue dot. And I take the glue dot and I put it in between my fingers and I roll it around into a tiny ball, and then it sticks right to it. And that's not going anywhere. And then I just put one more foam adhesive right there on the tag and just stuck it right behind it. And then I went back in, I put my pair of that sentiment on the inside. So the outside says, sending sympathy and prayers. And on the inside it says, to heal your heart. And there are a bunch of different sentiments for all different occasions, so it's a really cool set. Anyway, that's it. Hope you like it, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.